Hello, everyone. This is my new segment called Travel for Less. For those of you who may not know, I really like to travel and I also really like deals. So, since I like to travel so much, I like to find good deals where I can be able to travel on a budget and save money. So, this first trip that I'm going to talk about is my New York trip that I set up a surprise birthday trip for my boyfriend back in November of 2016. Yes, I said November and it is June. But ever since then I have wanted to kind of just document my savings on YouTube. So, I'm going to start with this New York trip. So, first off, I went to booking.com. I really like booking.com. After this, this was the first time I used booking.com, but after this, I started booking all my hotels through booking.com. I really like it because they show you discounted hotels in whatever city that you are trying to visit, and you also have the option of finding hotels that fit whatever your preference are. Like, for example, a way for me to save money is to find a hotel that has free breakfast. Okay, and that is something, if you plan on traveling and you really want to be on a budget, I recommend going on booking.com and finding a hotel that has free breakfast. Something else that I recommend is I like to find hotel rooms that are under $100 a night, because I like saving so much. And so sometimes those are two-star hotels. Now I know what you're thinking, two-star, you're thinking that this hotel is going to be terrifying, but no, they actually have really nice rooms that are two-star, and what you want to do is, the pictures may look nice also, but you want to read the reviews and see what majority are saying, because this hotel that I picked that was in the New York area, it was actually in New Jersey, and it was in North Bergen, New Jersey, and that's because the hotels in New York are going to be way over $100 a night. Okay, like I said, I wanted to save money. So, I picked this hotel. It was called Super 8, and it was in North Bergen, and I went through booking.com because I found that going through booking.com will actually save you money instead of just going straight to the hotel's website, or talking to them on the phone and try to pay. So anyways, the Super 8 it has a 7.4 good review on booking.com, and the reviews are independent reviews. They try to verify these reviews and make sure they aren't biased, and that these are actually customers that actually stayed at these hotels. So, and another thing about um, Super 8, it was a good location. It was only like 15 minutes away from Manhattan, and Times Square, which is really, really good. And they had a shuttle that went from the hotel to Manhattan, and it was only $3 a person. So I recommend that. So with that, I spent 4 days, November 5th to the 9th, and it came out to $346.80, and with tax added, the total came out to $398.82. Okay, that is a huge savings versus staying in New York. Okay, so next is my airline tickets that I took. I am in Atlanta, and I flew to New York, and I like to find very cheap airlines. Okay, so I mostly go with Spirit and Frontier. And I know some people really don't like Spirit. For some reason it has a bad name attached to it. I mean, I don't understand. But anyway, so I took Frontier Airlines and I bought me and my boyfriend round trip tickets to New York, and the total amount I paid for the both of us was $196.40. That is a huge savings because other airlines you're going to pay around $500-$600 a person. Sometimes if you don't get it, at a good deal enough, you might pay $500-$600 each way a person. So that also saved me a lot. I will say with Frontier and Spirit, how they save money is they charge you luggage, but if you take a book bag on your trip and you can fit your clothes in a book bag, you will not have to pay for your luggage. Just put it on your back and you'll be fine. And they're also going to pay you for any type of refreshments or anything that you get while you're on the plane. Now, I suggest saving money also if you really want some snacks for, like, my trip was only around 2 hours. Okay, that's not a long time. If you want some snacks for that, just buy some snacks and take it on there. You're allowed to bring food through the airport on the plane. You just can't bring any beverages over 3 ounces until you pay for after you go through security. So that is my recommendation for that. And when in New York, you do not want to drive. You don't want to drive because they encourage people to try to take the city's transportation, public transportation. And they make it hard for it. I mean, I'm sure everybody's seen, if you haven't been there. It's pretty, traffic is crazy. So, and they also make parking very expensive, and a lot of times they actually shut parking down around a certain time in certain spots, and it makes it very difficult. So what you want to do is get a Metro card. Now, I had to find this out the hard way. I was going to get a Metro card, but me and my boyfriend, we paid each individual ride, which ended up being like, I believe it was $275 a ride. But we ended up taking the Metro, the subway so much that we should have just got a 7-day pass for each person, which is only $32 a piece. Okay, we would have saved some money. So I recommend that. And I took a bunch of tours. Now, I want to let you know that I took tours by freetoursbyfoot.com. They have them in a lot of big cities, and they even have them in some different countries. Now, Free Tours by Foot is also what they would like to call pay as you want. So you can just tip your tour person after the tour, and you tip them whatever you feel like it. But these tours are good quality. These people, a lot of times, they're very passionate about the things that are going on in their city, and this is where they grew up at, and they really appreciate the art and all the business and everything that goes into their city. So I had some really good tours. I took about 6 or 7 tours. One of them was the Lower Manhattan tour. Another one was a 9/11 Memorial and Brooklyn Bridge night tour. Really fun. We walked halfway down Brooklyn Bridge, which is about a mile, and then we turned back around. And we took a Harlem tour, a Harlem walking tour. Very informative. A Manhattan night tour, a Bushwick graffiti and street art tour, and that's for people that is into art. And we took a Ghost on Broadway tour, and I believe we took a tour, or you know what? I think I missed that tour, but it was a tour near Wall Street. where the bull is at. But these tours last 2 hours apiece, and I mean they eat up a lot of your time, but it actually it's a great deal. And if you want to learn new things about that city or the city that you're in, look them up and see if they do those tours where you're at or wherever you're going. And I mean, I promise they won't be a waste of time. But the thing is that the weather. Okay, they're going to go rain, sleet, or snow. Okay, so you better be prepared. Um, and lastly, a couple of activities. Like I said, the tour ate up so much of our time while we were there, which was great because I got to do a lot of free things. I went and I went on this website. You can just Google free or nearly free things to do in New York. And there's going to be a bunch of stuff, especially if you're on a budget. And there's so many things to do in New York. Everything adds up. So what you may not think doesn't cost a lot. I mean, after you've done plenty of those things, they're going to really add up. So we went to a free improv show, and I mean it was good. It was entertaining. You got to see basically students doing improv, and they had other options for, I guess, the more professional comedy shows. They were from $5 to $10, still good prices. And I got on the Staten Island ferry. Very, very good. Okay, it was free. So, and I also got to see the Statue of Liberty on that tour. We got pretty close. We didn't get to go in it or anything, but I mean, like I said, if you're on a budget, that's a great way to do things. But I recommend if you have, if you want to do more things, just Google cheap or nearly, free or nearly cheap, nearly free things to do in New York. And there's going to be a bunch of things that pop up. I know people, associate New York with being expensive, and it can be, but you can save a lot of money just by doing those things. And if you want to go to some restaurants there, I recommend going on Groupon to find you some good deals. Okay, so that is it for the New York trip. It was very fun. I did a lot, but there's still so much more to do and so much more money to save. So, I will go back sometime, I guess later this year or maybe next year. But thank you for watching, and I hope you found some good tips to save some money when traveling to New York. Thank you for watching, and subscribe.